Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
He's tackled at the 20.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Dallas Goddard. Incomplete. Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, you want to make sure that on an opening drive that you at least stay out there for a while and get into the flow of the game. A 3-and-out would have been problematic, but that's a good throw there to ensure they get another set of downs.
A first down carry for Barkley. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
1st and 10.
They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Bigsby. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. On paper coming in, you'd say that these guys are the better team by far, and they sort of showed their superiority there on the opening drive.
Yeah, they came in the heavy favorite in this game, and even though they're on the road, they just wiped it away, didn't they? They just said to everyone, we're the better team. We just showed it to you on this opening drive, and we expect to do it all game long.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A first carry now. This is Williams. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He's off to a great start here in this first quarter. It seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation. And here's the thing. Their game plan coming to fruition. You knew that they came in thinking that they could run it, and now they're proving that they can and doing it in a big way.
Tackle on that play by Quentin Williams.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he's brought down at the 16. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
It's a gain of 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They go play action with Hurts. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting home that time to Marvin and Overshow.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge for the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Again, it's Barkley. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 2nd and 10, Hurts. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Back to throw again. Now Hurts, he's going to do it himself. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Up the middle with Barkley. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be fourth down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
36-yard line.
So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a first down.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Here's Hurts to throw. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0.
Nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
But they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
That is caught by Lamb. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. On the counter, here's Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
A 1-yard pickup.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That 3rd down convert. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line. Again, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Prescott. This one swung out to Williams. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Now Prescott on 4th down. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Throwing is Hurts. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Hurts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Deep to return is Kevontae Turpin. Taking on the midfield logo. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Williams, running right. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 9.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
52-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Barkley inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Throw out wide is incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. Prescott now. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing, Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So on fourth down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Prescott from the gun. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They give it to Williams running right. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Second down at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 8. They go back to the ground with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
So on 4th down, Prescott off and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Over the middle here to Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now.
24, Cowboys 9.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. A good pickup there, a 22.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Prescott. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Prescott. That is caught. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Williams will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Williams again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And this time he is in. Javonte Williams, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Got him in, it's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
This will be caught once again by Brown. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing is Hurts. And this is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Complete to Devontae Smith. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And Smith in motion right. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
But they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. 1st down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the 1st down. But you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there. Kick it. Put it through the post. Go up 2 scores.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. And now here come the Cowboys. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
taken down.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Brings up third
Oh, they'll
down
certainly be on the
and
tablets
8
going
yards
over
to
that
go.
one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Prescott. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A first down carry for Barkley. Nifty move. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On second down, here's the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
39-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Jake Elliott.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now come the Cowboys. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Off the draw, here's Williams.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a 1st down.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Aubrey now for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Eagles 30, Cowboys 23.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 4. A handoff, Barkley running left. Down the left sideline. He may go. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Let's take it inside his own 40. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
A gain of
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go again with Blue. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Prescott to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 29 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
At the 49-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
80 seconds remain, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Here comes 2nd down. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
At the Cowboys' 29-yard line.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, "You think you're going to rattle me? Think again."
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.